GM Performance Parts, when I spoke to them 2.5 years ago at the SEMA show and told them what we were doing and creating, I said, I really need your help in creating us a motor for these cars. The LS6 warranty block was just too expensive to use. They liked the idea, liked the project, said they always want to work with the brand team and engineering anytime they can, so they're really receptive. So there's a lot of people that get credit for making these cars happen and turn out like the way they have. And maybe one day we'll write a book or something on these cars and make sure we get it all down pat. But thanks again for coming, and Scott Sotomayor, it's up to you.
I got to tell you, I'm overwhelmed about this event today, and to see the number of people that really showed up. For the second time in my life, I've almost found myself speechless. I heard that. Mrs. Gibb, to you and your husband, Fred, I personally thank you for the vision that you had back in the late 60s to get this wonderful car done and to get the passion there. To the Berger family, Dale and Matt, we, meaning Chevrolet and the Berger family, have been together for almost 80 years. It's been one heck of a ride. To give you an idea, we have 4,300 Chevy dealers across the nation. There's probably less than a dozen dealers that made it to 60 years. And I'm glad to see that the Berger family is still here, taking care of everybody's transportation needs, not only in the Grand Rapids area, but now nationwide. And I thank you for bringing the passion back. To Dennis, I don't know how we would have... To Dennis Barker, you were the guy that we worked with every day to make sure that the car was right, and more importantly, you were the ambassador to get out there and meet all these people across the country, and I thank you for that passion. And by the way, nobody does a burnout like you do. To Matt Murphy and his group, you know, back in 1968, and in fact I brought some files over for Mr. Berger to keep in his files. Back in 1968, when the ZL-1 was conceived, it was a different world. Honda built motorcycles. Nissan wasn't even out there. It was called Datsun. And there weren't emission standards and CAFE standards, so you were allowed to do a whole lot of really cool things. Today it's a different world. In our litigious society, somebody's always suing. We have CAFE standards, we have emission standards. But there was a fellow behind me, and if there's anybody that's more crazy about Camaros, it's Matt Murphy. Trust me. And Matt had this vision, and it was my pleasure, as well as John Heinrich's. And by the way, we've got to thank John Heinrich, who was the chief engineer of the F-car, an accomplished race car driver himself, and has been with Camaro for a lot longer than I have been, that helped us to get these cars done today. For those of you who have a 2002 Camaro LS1 engine, we built the fastest, most powerful Camaros coming out of St. Therese in the 35-year history of Camaro until now. And because of Matt's dedication and the Berger family, there's a whole group of cars here that absolutely take my breath away. I'm absolutely speechless. I can tell you 30 years from now, people are going to be talking about this day. And luckily, we have the documentation behind these cars. But I'd be completely remiss if I didn't thank each of you, the Camaro enthusiasts. The thing that sets Camaro apart from so many other automobiles out there is the friendships and the camaraderie. The name Camaro, as you've heard me say, means friend, comrade, or pal. And if you look around this room, you've made a lot of friends because of this great car. And while it may have gone, it may be on hiatus right now, the dream is still here and the friendships are still here. In terms of how did the original car start, I'm not even going to try to answer that question because there's 3 or 4 gentlemen in this room that know a lot more about the original ZL-1 than I do. But I can tell you that back in the late 60s, we wanted to go drag racing. We knew we could do it. We wanted to dominate the track. And a few people got together and made it happen with this great ZL-1 engine. The shocker was that the car had a base price of $2,900 and some dollars for a base Camaro, and the engine was $5,200. They didn't exactly fly off the shelves. But I can tell you right now, you can't touch one for $250,000 right now. So that's a little bit of the history of the car. We're thrilled that you came down today. We look forward to each of you taking delivery of these cars. We're here for the rest of the afternoon. Anything that we can do to make your stay a little bit more enjoyable, by all means grab any of us. And again, I thank each of you for being a part of this Camaro history.
I'd like to thank also a couple transportation companies, but first and foremost in this project since we started, I'd like to thank Butch, and I want everybody to wish him a happy birthday. Today's his birthday. Met Butch about 3 years ago at Chevy Vet Fest, and he has been our majority transportation person. Well, I better not say it that way. Anyways, he's done a heck of a job for us. And we've enjoyed working with you, Butch, and we appreciate everything. Thank you. Now we're going to get on with the fun here. We're going to go down and we're going to introduce each and every owner. As we go down through here, Matt Murphy and I will take off the covers and unveil these great, great pieces of history we got here. So, and we will be around all afternoon.
You're doing a great thing here. And I got to get in a little thing for La Harpe. Anybody that can, we want you to come to the Fred Gibb Memorial Car Show on the first Saturday in August. Thank you so much. You're wonderful people. Thank you.
Best of friends with Dan Baker, and he's going to take delivery of his new hot rod Camaro today. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much.
It's another special car, like Helen Gibbs' car. We built 3 prototypes. The first one for Chevrolet. In the process of building that, Matt Berger said, "You got to build me one of these cars." And I first told him I can't, Scott. I promise you, I told him I can't build one of these. But we had some extra parts left over, so we did create another prototype. The third prototype, the neat thing about that, and Helen did when she later, and she said, "Matt, I really have to tell you, I'm really excited about these cars, and I think I want to buy one." And my first thought was, Helen, we don't have any more. They're all sold. And at that time, it dawned on me that we had a car that we were going to build as a third prototype, and the colors of that. Well, thank you again for being part of it, but I want to give a little story behind how we got to your car. So, thank you again. But anyways, this is the second prototype. So Dennis, here's your speaker one cover.
Okay. This phase 2 package, as we call it, the standard package is a 400 horsepower. The phase 2 package is a 475 horsepower. And I want to tell you that Matt's not afraid of driving them. I think he's got almost 6,000 miles on it. And that's the way we enjoy them the most, is to drive them. 55. Oh, excuse me, I was correct. 2002, its weight was 3,375 pounds. And here's its... It's just an awesome, awesome combination. I want to thank you, Carl, for coming out from Iowa and taking delivery of your new car, buddy.
Thank you. All right. Custom thing.
This is a custom paint. It's Carl Scoop. Okay. This is a special paint that we get on a lot of the ZL-1 supercars. This is a Fathom Green. It was a 69 Camaro color. It is a 427 C500 Corvette race block, 600 horsepower, and it's just an awesome, awesome car. Thank you again, Carl. Oh, excuse me. Nice to see each other just to see what they're doing.
Congratulations, Carl.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you. Thanks, man. It's my honor.
Matt Murphy's car, and it's as heck, and we gotta unveil it and show it to everybody. This is a phase 3 package, and also 600 horsepower. I want to tell you that he's worked so hard on the rest of these packages. It is kind of cosmetic at this time. But anyways, thanks, man. Anyways, met this gentleman a couple years ago, actually. He owns a 2001 Virgin SS Camaro also. And quite often, a lot of people want these autographs, and I don't want to step back and remind them to do that, you know, as we can do it. Yeah. The only one in this color combination, and he did things special for his car, and I want to thank Rusty for making the trip up here, and just appreciate you, Rusty. You know, met him on the power tour a couple years ago, and he owned there was 2 Daytona yellow ZL-1, 69 ZL-1s at the time. Met him at the time, and I was talking to Charlie Lillard about having his Virgin ZL-1 here, and Larry just spoke right up and said, "What's the date?" And I'm going to be there, you know. But anyways, you know, he's got a ZL-1 to match, and he's doesn't own the other ZL-1 anymore, but he always makes our show, and we just appreciate the effort you do and help with Virgin Chevrolet, and we just really enjoy having you there. Larry Christensen from Colorado. Larry's car is a Daytona yellow special paint car, in which has the 427 phase 3 motor with 600 horsepower, optional yellow palm tube interior. Oh man. Oh yeah.
Yes, oh shit, let's get.
Yeah, really. If Jerry wasn't with him, we would. Anyway, next gentleman here is Ken and Jerry Barnhart from Elgin, Illinois. And, you know, he's one person who it took just about 30 seconds to become friends with me. And that was because I didn't get to meet him quick enough. But anyways, Ken and Jerry Barnhart are from Elgin, Illinois. Ken is a very fortunate person who had the foresight, is that the word? Yep. Foresight to buy a 69 ZL-1 Camaro from Fred Gibb personally, of Fred Gibb Chevrolet in Hartland, Illinois. He took it to his home. I don't know whether he switched motors immediately or you drag raced at that.
At first we ran it a couple of
It
times.
was drag raced from day one.
Thanks, man. You know, you can say a few words about that car if you'd like. Hold them if you want.
I don't want to bore people too much, you know. If it wasn't for that was the inspiration of when I heard about this program, and I just said it's got to happen. And talking with, I think he twisted me into this stuff that's on the car. I mean, it was a boy that was hard. It was a, I'll tell you what, I feel very fortunate to be, as they tell me, the only original. Thanks to everybody for coming. It's really good.
Down in Hartland, Illinois, at another ZL-1 special delivery, and he has got a very special and unique car. It's been a gas. I think it's a glory time over here, and that's global. This car is a 65 Chevrolet color called E-Oregon. The only one on this car, and I'll tell you, it's totally awesome. It's a 65 Chevrolet color. It has a 457 special car, ZL-1, package, right? Phase 2, 475 horsepower package. John LeBlanc, Ankeny, Iowa.
personally met Matt Murphy, but they had a business relationship for years. And when he found out about the project, and we met, a lot of fun. Anyways, let's unveil the show.
You who are taking deliveries of cars today, I've got some internal documents. This is the build sheet of the car that has every code, including the spring codes that went into the...
Mike is very good friends of a very good friend of mine, Jim Parks from DeForest, Wisconsin. And I met Mike at Chevy Vet Fest this past November. Well, be part of a special day.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, Dennis.
You bet. Want to say something? Well, you bet.
Their car is phase 3, 427, 600 horsepower, and also the carrier. And
I don't know what these cars are doing, it's going to get a million miles a month, but I get a little excited when we talk about these people, excuse me.
Oh, we love these people. You can never have too many Camaros.
Never have too many Camaros, I'm telling you. Can I tell the story? They're fabulous customers in which, you know, they have purchased, what, how many, seven? Seven. This is their seventh specialty Camaro
8 at the Earnhardt.
through,
8 with the Earnhardt, but 7
okay,
conversions.
seventh specialty Camaro purchased, not the check writer in the family. Tammy is. And she approved the deal. So anyways, I want to unveil this car, and I think they think of it as as special as we do, and it's just an awesome, awesome car, and they're awesome people.
Congratulations.
This car here is very unique. Berger Chevrolet, you know, with Dale Berger and Mike Lowry was phase of Berger Chevrolet, and you know, we sponsored cars in which were driven by Mike Lowry. You know, I give you not have any idea about it. You know, hold up the back of the truck, and I was standing beside him.
Kind of stuff embarrassing, pretty shy guy, but sure have met a ton of tremendous people in this Camaro thing.
Carpenter was in the car. He would have loved to have it in his scrap. But anyways, great person, and he really wanted to have something with us. Awesome, awesome car. And it's not that any of these cars are any more or less than any of the others. This one has a great lead. We appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Jim was one of the fortunate ones that yesterday was here, and his car came in early. His car came in early, and so he got the car. Dan Baker? Actually, I come to work here for Chevrolet because when I got a ball muscle cars here, and I wanted to be here, and I didn't know anything about the game. And just can't make it enough.
excited.
All right.
Take a picture of it.
You bet. Dan, now we're gonna.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Matt. You bet. Congratulations.
Come on.